Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Million Pound Mission Podcast. It's your buddy Adam, the PhD, the previously heavy dude, and this is episode number 278, my Power Hour Protocol. How's it going, my friends? I had a little Showtime, Greatest Showman. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I do karaoke jams in my podcast bunker here for my vocal warm-up. I've got, this robust voice doesn't happen by itself. You've got to flex it and test it a little bit. So I was doing a little Greatest Showman. Let me know if you like that at the intro. Maybe I'll keep it. Who knows? Maybe that's our theme song, eh? Did I go Canadian on you there, eh? But I'm also well caffeinated, as you might be able to tell. Super, super excited. I'm just coming off my trip to California, out at Huntington Beach. Shout out to everybody that made it out to that workshop. That was my first time doing a live Million Pound Mission workshop, meeting with our community like that, and it just set me on fire. And I had people come from Canada and all over California to come and check that out. And I'm just even more excited for the event coming up here in October. At the time that I'm recording this, and I am a couple of weeks ahead of schedule on my podcast recordings, but at this time, it's the end of September, I'm recording this, and I've got less than 20 tickets left for the event in Bloomington. I'm adding more speakers. I just added Danielle Mercurio to the lineup. Justin Shank is coming out. Who knows? We may have a karaoke jam party. You never know. But if you want a ticket, head on over to millionpoundmission.com. and snag that quick if we have any left. Or you can just show up and look through the windows and stand outside the building and just do sad face. The other big thing that's going down besides karaoke jams and amazing events is our reboot, our Transformation Reboot membership is open. The quarterly enrollment is open this month in October. And I would love to have you do a 10-day free trial. Head over to millionpoundmission.com and plug into that. It's an amazing community. And it's just going to get more and more amazing as we go, especially when you join, my friend. Okay, so let's talk about this. Episode number 278, my Power Hour Protocol. And this is something that I've been doing for the last couple of months. And it was really a surprise because I kind of thought I was doing this already, but I got really specific and very regimented with this process. And it was just kind of that thing that I do. I'm like, come hell or high water, no excuses, get this done. And that was my challenge to myself a couple of months ago. I was out at my in-laws have a beautiful lake house that we get to visit during the summertime, and out at the Lake of the Ozarks. So shout out to Lake of the Ozarks peeps out there. If you guys are around that area, hit me up on Instagram at Million Pound Mission. Let me know because I'm out there plenty, and I would love to connect while I'm out there. But anyway, I was out at the lake house, and I get up earlier than anyone else, and I'm out on the dock watching the sun come up, and I was just thinking, what would be the perfect way to start my day? If I was going to take 60 minutes and just prime my mind and prime my body, what would that look like? So I started this habit of, I'm a big fan of The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod, that book. If you've never read it, check it out. But he has a process in there, and I borrowed from that. And I came up with, if I was going to spend 60 minutes for the next week that I was out there at the lake house, just priming my body, priming my mind, I wanted to spend 15 minutes on meditation. That was a daily ritual anyway. But I would kind of do it at different points in the day. So this was going to be 15 minutes of meditation. Then I wanted 15 minutes of mobility and body, moving, warming up my body, not a workout for me, just foam rolling, stretching, mobility drills, movement, loosening up my body. Then I wanted to go into some learning time, listening to podcasts, reading books, just empowering myself with knowledge of some way, shape, or form. And then I want 15 minutes to think. And that last part, the thinking time, has been an absolute game changer. I picked that up from a book called The Road Less Stupid. The Road Less Stupid. It's an amazing book. It's actually written by, if any of you guys have read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it was written by the rich dad. So it's pretty cool. It's called The Road Less Stupid. If you're an entrepreneur, it's a really good book. Check it out. But thinking time is a big part of that. and just having time. I mean, most of us don't have any time throughout the day to dedicate to ourselves. We're very busy. I know there's a lot of like moms out there that are working full-time jobs, they're running the show at home, dealing with the kid activities, and you put yourself last. And I can get in that zone a little bit for sure. But what I was really shooting for here was, I'm on vacation. My normal job responsibilities aren't as high as they normally are. So why don't we try this and just see what happens? And that is exactly what I did. So for the 7 days, I started going through this process, 15 minutes meditation. I use the Headspace app. I love that. There's Calm is another app that a lot of my clients use. But 15 minutes of meditation with Headspace to just clear my mind. And I know I've read. Let me pump my brakes. You guys know I don't read studies and reports. I heard a podcast where they're talking about a study. I had to call myself out. I heard a podcast where they were talking about this study where if you meditate soon after waking up, it will actually help set your circadian rhythm, and it'll help you get better quality of sleep and lower your anxiety levels for the rest of the day. So it makes sense. First step, I get up, I feed my dog, all that, and then I head down to my the dock when I was on vacation, and now I do it in my podcast bunker. But I do 15 minutes of meditation with Headspace. Then I move right into that mobility. I'm doing foam rolling. I'm doing stretching. I use my PSO-Rite. That's PSO-RITE. Check it out. Look it up on Instagram. It's crazy, but it's helping my hip flexors, my psoas muscles. I get my lacrosse ball out, do some soft tissue work, and just get my body, whatever's hurting, I focus on that for 15 minutes, loosen it up, pain relief, mobility. Then I move into learning time. I've been reading a lot of books. I've obviously listening to podcasts, taking some online courses. I invest that 15 minutes every day to learn something new. Then I spend 15 minutes thinking. And with that, I'm not just like sitting there going, what should I think about today? This is when I journal. This is when I get my best self journal out, and do my journaling for the day. Or I just think on certain ideas. If I'm, got an idea for the event, it's just free thinking time. I can be creative. I don't necessarily do work. Like I'm not checking email, but if there's a project that I'm really hot on and I just want to kind of brainstorm on it, I allow myself to think freely for 15 minutes. And so I was planning on just doing this for the week on vacation, but I became addicted to this. I was just having the best days. This was priming my mind. It was priming my body. And I was like, okay, I have to find a way to pull this off and do this like always. And so I had some fears. So the fear one was I don't have time. A lot of us, that's the natural thing. I was like, oh my God, when I get back into my regular workflow, I'm thinking Monday start working at, 4 to 5 a.m. and I finish at like 7 or 8 p.m. and it's a long haul day. If I'm already, and I could still do more. So I'm like, how am I going to carve out an hour every day? So that was a fear that I had to deal with. And then I thought, well, okay, I've got a bunch of travel coming up. I'm speaking at some events and, some other vacation situations. Can I pull this off while I travel? So those were the two fears that I initially had, but I'm always up for a good experiment. And I said, let's just try it. Let's just carve out that first hour of the day. Let's just see what happens. So we get back into town, and I just made that commitment of being experimental and just seeing if I could do this for a week. 7 days, let's see what happens on home base. So normally on Monday morning, I would get up and start working, and I just dedicated, okay, I'm going to wake up when I wake up, possibly get some work done, but from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m., that's my power hour. That's when I do these segments. Usually the family wakes up around 7, so I've got some buffer there. I won't have to deal with kids running around getting breakfast done, all that stuff. So I blocked off that time. Now, normally I would be working during that time, so this did stress me out the first few days. But on day one, something amazing happened where I blocked off my power hour, 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. Did I wrote my newsletter or something from 6:30 to 7, and then did family time 7 to 8. Then I get the kids to school, then I go work out, then my day begins. Now, normally my days would last, again, Mondays are a longer day for me. I'm done anywhere between like 6 and 8 p.m. And on this first day doing my power hour, where I added this to the normal routine of everything else I normally do, I finished at 3 p.m. And I was like, what the hell happened? I had the same amount of stuff to do, and all the same responsibilities. And I crushed it. Like, I crushed the day. I was very tuned in mentally. I felt good physically. I had a great workout that day. I did all the exact same things, but I shaved off like 3 to 4 hours of my day. And I added the power hour at the beginning. So I was like, okay, maybe that's a fluke. So let's try it again on Tuesday. Now, Tuesdays are a little bit different because I teach at my studio. I teach a boot camp class at 5:30 a.m. So what I would do is I didn't do any of the power hour. I'm not going to wake up at 3 a.m. to do my power hour, 3 to 4. Sleep is a priority for me. So I would do my class, then come home, do the power hour, and on we go. Same thing is happening. Get more efficient, more effective, getting done earlier with an hour invested in me. And this trend has continued now for 2 months where I'm getting more done. I'm more mentally dialed in, more relaxed throughout the entire day. And it's not just the caffeine talking, folks. Like, this is really, really working well for me. And now I'm addicted to it. I'm like, this is a non-negotiable. This hour happens the first hour of the day. Now, also, it's progress, not perfection, right? So when I travel, when I was speaking, I was at New Media Summit in San Diego before I went up and did my workshop in Huntington Beach. And I had a room with my buddy Tom Singer, shout out, the Cool Things Entrepreneurs Do podcast. Tom was a great roommate. But, it can be a little awkward to be like, all right, and now I'm going to meditate. So Tom, don't like snore or anything. And I still woke up way earlier than he did. So I would just kind of like be in bed. The alarm would go off. I would put my headphones in and I would just lay there and meditate for 15 minutes. And then I would like go down to the gym and do my mobility, bring my journal with me so that I could do learning time and thinking time like out in the lobby. So I had to make some adjustments. It wasn't ideal for how I normally did it, but I still knocked it out. I still had very, high productive days, and I crushed it. So the two fears that I had of not having enough time and not being able to do it when I traveled, I figured those out and I squashed them, and I've moved forward, and I'm really, really reaping the benefits. Hey, this is just a quick reminder that this month, the month of October, is open enrollment for our Transformation Reboot membership. If you are somebody that has been sucked into that black hole of weight loss doom, you lose weight, you gain it back over and over and over again, I have a solution for you. I'm going to let you try it out for free for 10 days. Head on over to millionpoundmission.com. Start your free 10-day trial of the Transformation Reboot program. Now, let's get back to this episode. Let's talk about getting you plugged into this power hour. All right. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to pick a time frame that'll be easy to pull off. And what I mean by time frame is this doesn't have to be an hour. I know a lot of you are really freaking out like, Adam, no way I can pull off an hour. How about 20 minutes? How about a power 20? I want you to just think of a time frame that you think you can crush and really get it done, no problem. So if you think you only have 60 minutes, maybe start with 30. All right, cut it in half. But I want you to dedicate this time for you, and I want you to dedicate to doing it first thing. Put it first. That's been the key for me, because otherwise it becomes one of those things that we plan on doing that we don't do, that we beat ourselves up about at the end of the day. Like, oh crap, didn't do it. All right. So, 20 minutes, we can go to bed 20 minutes earlier, wake up 20 minutes earlier, invest that 20 minutes in you. That's your power 20. So, and we can build up to the power hour. Again, kind of referencing the method that Hal Elrod teaches in Miracle Morning. That's the exact progression that he says, start with 10 minutes, build up from there, but invest time in you first thing in the morning. So we're going to set up that power hour. Again, it doesn't have to be an hour. I would shoot for at least 20 minutes. If you have 4 things, that's 4 5-minute segments. That's enough to feel a difference and feel the momentum from. Okay. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to make a short list of things that you think would help you prime yourself for your day. So just think about things like, obviously you've got my 4 that you can use those, the meditation, the mobility, the learning time, and the thinking time. You can use those. Maybe you want to get in a little mini workout, whatever you want, and just pick, depending on your time segment, maybe do a power 20 and you've got 2 things, and that is meditation and journaling. Cool. I would make don't do one thing for like 20 minutes. Get some balance there. Maybe one mental, one physical. So maybe it's 10 minutes of thinking time and 10 minutes of mobility, or a 10-minute workout. But just brainstorm on 2 to 4 things that you think you would really enjoy and look forward to, and kind of be positively addicted to doing first thing in the morning. Maybe that's just drinking your coffee and not doing something for 5 minutes. That would be a great one too. All right, so we're priming ourselves for the day. You're going to pick 2 to 4 things, and what I want you thinking about is, again, things that you would really, really benefit from. Now, let's do an example, 20 minutes, right? So if you just dedicate 20 minutes, we could do 5 minutes meditation, 5 minutes movement and mobility, 5 minutes learning, 5 minutes thinking. And again, we got to start your day with the protocol. Now, let's put you guys in motion. This is where we set those implementation alarms, all right, that 24-hour implementation alarm, and take action on this. Because my goal for you, my challenge for you, is today, you're listening to this today, no matter what day it is, you're listening to it today, and I want you to spend 10 minutes to develop your Power Hour protocol. 10 minutes thinking about, all right, what kind of time frame do I have to work with? Can I do 15 minutes? Can I do 20? Can I do 30? Can I do an hour? All right, I don't think you necessarily need more than an hour, but I think the sweet spot's between 20 minutes and an hour, 20 to 60. So today, take 10 minutes and just brainstorm on that. Brainstorm what activities you're going to do, how the breakdown's going to work. And then I want you to do this for the next 3 days. 3 days. Give me 3 days. You're worth that. Your mindset is worth that. Your body and your health are worth that. So 3 days, let's say you choose 30 minutes. All right, that's 90 minutes over 3 days. You can do that. All right. Something like this, filling up your cup first, and putting that investment into you first is going to prime you. I guarantee you, after 3 days, you're going to notice higher efficiency, better mood. You're able to handle things. Your willpower will be increased. And I know that you're going to feel the difference, and you're probably going to get addicted to this protocol like I am, and you're going to keep doing it. So, and I want to know how it goes. So if you do the 3-day challenge, again, take 10 minutes today, map it out, choose your time frame, choose your activities, start tomorrow morning, and do that for the next 3 mornings. Once you do that, once you complete that, I want you to hit me up on Instagram at Million Pound Mission, at Million Pound Mission. Send me a message on Instagram, and I want you to let me know how it goes. And if you are feeling awesome, let me know what activities you choose. I'm really interested if you guys get the same benefit out of this as I do. All right. So hit me up on Instagram. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I've got some more homework for you guys out there in Million Pound Mission listener land. I'm working on a couple of things. One, I'm really focused on our community and building our community, and I want to name our community. So again, send me a message on Instagram, or if you're not on Instagram, you can go to the website, millionpoundmission.com. Just hit the contact us button. The email is all there, all that stuff. And you can just kick me an email, which I'll respond to. I still manage all my inboxes myself. So you will hear from me for sure. But I want you to help me name our community. What are we? Are we the PhD students? Are we the Million Pound Maniacs? Are we the Accountability Buddies? Just let me know what you feel is a good name for the fans of this show, the people that are in our community that are adding to that Million Pound Mission, that crew that we're with. Team PhD. I don't know. Let me know what you like, and that's what we'll be called. And I want to use that name moving forward with the show. When I refer to our audience, I want to have that name for you guys that resonates with you as a community member. The other thing is I am very interested in the website meetup.com, and I'm interested in forming little accountability pods across the world of listeners of this show. So I've formed a Million Pound Mission meetup here at my home base, the world headquarters here in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm testing some things with it, and I hope by the time this episode comes out, I'll have some ideas. I'll be ready to take on some community captains. So if you guys are interested in being a community captain, maybe helping organize a meetup, I'm thinking once a month, where people come in from your area, your local area, and they know there's a meetup there. It's on the website. and they're able to come and we talk about transformation danger zones. You can talk about things we learned from the latest podcast episodes for that last month. Just form accountability relationships. That is never a bad idea. So I'll give you tools to work with and give you some support. I'm thinking about doing a monthly Zoom chat with all the accountability or the community captains. That way I can kind of, answer questions and just break down what you guys need to help influence people through the show and through these meetup groups. So I'm super excited about those two things. So hit me up on Instagram at Million Pound Mission. Let me know what you think we should name our community. And also let me know if you are interested in being a community captain in your local area and forming a meetup group that meets once a month and add some accountability. So that is it for today, my friends. I'm feeling the momentum. I hope that you guys can sense that in my voice. Our community is powerful. And just like at the event that's coming up here in a couple weeks in my hometown, I've got speakers coming from all over the country, and this is like world class. I'm so proud that I'm bringing it to my hometown because this type of an event, it doesn't happen in the Midwest. Danny Vega and Robert Sykes and Alexa Sherm and Danielle Mercurio, Justin Shank, Sean Mulroney, Jason Deere, all of these people. Like, this is a world-class lineup that normally you'd have to fly to one of the coasts to see speak, probably individually get, much higher ticket price, travel price. And especially if you guys are in the Midwest, we need this type of thing. So I would love your support. I would love to see you. I would love to interact with you. I know I've got like a dozen people coming from Canada. We got California represented, Florida, Colorado, all over the Midwest. People are coming in, and I'm honored. I'm excited. I'm excited to look you guys in the eye and just let you borrow some of my energy until you build up your own if you need that. All right, because I know a lot of you are feeling the heat right now, and you feel the weight of the holiday season coming up, and that can be intimidating. I know that because I've been there. I've been that guy, 327 pounds, going, oh crap, holiday season's here. I'll just start again in January, right? And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't happen. So whether you are at the live event or whether you're just tuning in with the podcast, you're wanting to be a part of our meetup groups, I'm gonna put lots of lines in the water out there that you guys can just be a part of and plug into so you can get better results. You can crush it this holiday season and start the new year with a whole bunch of new momentum. And that, my friends, is how we get out there and own it. Every meal, every workout, every day. I will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you're someone that has been sucked into that black hole of weight loss doom, where you lose that weight, you gain it back over and over and over again, I would love to help you out by providing you with some coaching, a rock-solid monthly game plan, and I'm going to plug you into an amazing transformation tribe of like-minded people. Head on over to millionpoundmission.com and get all of the information on my Transformation Reboot membership. See you on the next episode.